So I'll introduce you. Good morning or afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, take
You
some
knew I
getting
was going to
used
do
to.
that. This is the launch of season 2. Welcome to the Entrepreneur's Journey Live. We're not in the morning. We are at a brand new day and time. So today is Wednesday, the 17th. We're coming to you noon. We wanted to find a time that worked well for entrepreneurs. They need to eat lunch, right?
Yeah.
And so they might as well grab a lunch, put their headphones in, and get the best fill up in town with what we have going on. So I'm
Okay.
Natalie
Lunch and what?
Fairchild. Yep. I'm Natalie Fairchild. This is my co-host Martin. And welcome to the launch of season 2. So we're going to be doing a little bit of, cleanup, announcements, things like that today. And we don't have a guest speaker. So we're going to be letting you know what's going on in our world for the entrepreneur's journey. So Martin, set us up here. What are we
Yeah.
doing now?
So we're doing a little bit of more of the same in a couple of different things.
There we go.
Um, One of the things that we've gotten some really good feedback about is how different we are. And
You
you
and I as
called it.
people.
Absolutely. You called
Yeah.
it, right? You're the heart, I'm the brain, and that comes across to some people and they like it. They like the two perspectives. And what we're going to do is we're doubling down on that. We're doing more of that. We're going to
Perfect. So
make sure that we're talking to you about the perspective of, the brain and the heart on all entrepreneurial things.
And you
And
have a visual to show us, right? To kind of represent that brain and that heart.
I don't know if it represents it.
Well, we'll get Candace in here in a little bit and she can give us her take on it. But I look so cute and happy.
Yeah, that's you.
I like it. So if you're just listening, we've got instead of Martin's picture, he is the brain and it's the grumpy cat. And for me, I'm the heart and I'm this sweet little kitty with hearts coming out of my eyes and I'm just happy all the time, which is not always true, but so a little fun take on things for sure. And we got to see at the ThriveCon with Patches to Success how we each brought different perspectives as we put people in the warm seat. It was great. They got to talk about what their challenges were,
Yep.
what they're working on, what they need some help with. And you
Right. And
started off, yeah, with the brain perspective. And I was just like, well, there you go, drop the mic. And then I came in with some great heart stuff and actually surprised myself and gave them some tactical things to actually challenge them to try and do. So it was a
well,
fun experiment.
yeah, one of the things that prompted us to have this conversation and reevaluate a couple things was a really good question that was asked of us, right? It's like,
Mm,
what what does Natalie do to make you better, and what does Martin do to make you better, Natalie? Right? And
yeah.
my answer was something that somehow surprised you, and I always thought you knew. But my
Yeah.
answer was that you make me a way better consultant than I would be without you. And it's that perspective that you bring to my sort of theoretical analytical thing that I'm usually like quick to just dish out. You bring a whole layer of, stepping it up, softness to it, right? Like you, anytime we have a discussion that I think, though, this conversation could be useful for another one of my clients or for another person, it's usually by the time I go back and deliver it, it comes with all of your perspective sort of embedded into it and built up. And I
Now,
think that that's great.
now, do you think that is the heart perspective, or do you think that because we should give an example to your point about um, how I pull that out of you, and how that makes things better for you? Because you you give me a concept like, here's what you should do. And I'm like, okay, I'm good to go. But what does step one look like? What if this happens? How do I get from here to there? This is the challenges I'm seeing. So is that what
I mean, sometimes it's a form thing, sometimes it's a content thing, but the bottom line is, your approach is complementary to mine, and I think that that is what some people are responding well to when it comes to the show.
Yeah,
And what we're saying is we're going to dive deeper on that,
100%. Yeah.
keep
And
bringing that idea up. So when it comes to guests, you are beginning to touch on that. Right? We're going to continue to bring you experts. It's going to the people that we know that have a lot to say, a lot to contribute, that are really amazing experts in their field. We're going to continue bring you those people, but we also want to bring people who are in it, right? Who are in the middle of being an entrepreneur
right.
and dealing with their stuff. And hopefully they will be generous enough to grant us the ability to have a discussion with them from the brain perspective, from the heart perspective, and see what we can help them with and contribute.
And I'm so excited because experts are great and we all learn from expert advice. So that is amazing. And then I'm meeting all these people all the time. I was at the Kalama outdoor, or not outdoor market, but the new market they have there next to McMinimum's. And a gentleman I got in touch with, I bought something at his little store, and he's like, I've been open for 2 months. And he's like, I left corporate America. He was like, ugh. But he's like, I had no idea what I was up for. And I was like, I'd love to have you on our show. So whether you're in business for 3 months, a year, 5 years, I always tell people as a business owner over 16 years, I am still learning. That's the good and the bad news, right? I feel from the heart, coming from the heart, Martin, I feel that we should all be learning and growing internally, personally, and
Right.
professionally. So that's my heart talking, but there's always something that I'm learning.
Yeah.
So
Well,
every stage.
and intellectually, uncertainty is a higher state of learning, right? That is
Mhm.
the only way you get to add new things to what your existing approach is. So that's what we're going to try to bring, and we would really like for anyone who's been maybe listening to the show or maybe who knows about the show and is willing to have a seat in our warm seat for them to let us have a a discussion here where we'll bring the heart and brain perspective to wherever they are in that entrepreneurial journey.
And I promise to keep the warm seat people feeling comfortable in their vulnerability possible, and that you'll come away with some great information and some great insight and hope and direction with certain challenges, and you're helping everybody else.
Absolutely. And, because one thing about contribution is that all of us are big contributors, right? Everybody wants to contribute. And when it comes down to being contributed to, that's where people get a little more hesitant. So
Totally.
what we want is the ability to have somebody be willing to be contributed to right here on the show.
Yeah. And Lord knows that I have been offering myself up as we've gone through this season. And, we've talked about my vulnerable times and challenges and that kind of thing. And we even did some live coaching with Jen Koken on our last podcast. And one of our listeners was like, I'm really loving this live coaching going on. So we'd love to do more of that
Right.
in a safe environment.
Absolutely. And so, like I said, still experts and then still some uh hopefully great interactions with entrepreneurs who are in different stages of their development.
Yeah.
So, part of our approach to the 2024 season is also to try to hear more, right? To try to find out what people who have been listening or want to continue to listen want to see in the show. So, we we built a little survey and we would like for all of you to, if you're listening, if you're watching this on a repeat, um, the survey will be in the comments. The link to the survey will be in the comments. Take a couple of minutes to do that. It's a
Literally, it's
very
like
very
one minute.
it's a very
Yeah.
very short survey.
Yeah.
We just want to hear from you. What you want to hear about? Who would you like as a guest? Right? Maybe you want to put us in contact with someone who you would like to see as a guest. Uh,
Yeah.
what topics do you want us to discuss from the heart and brain perspective?
One topic that we haven't had an expert guest on is AI. Um, I'm having somebody tomorrow morning on my HR coffee talk talking about that, but there's so much business efficiency that can
Oh,
be
I love
had
that.
with AI. So, is that a
Absolutely.
topic you guys want to hear about or you're scared about? Either way, we want to know.
I want to hear about it because I'm scared about it.
Exactly.
That would be what they'll put in
Exactly.
the survey. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, great. And then, the other part of us growing as a show is, Nat and I are good at a lot of things, but keeping the trains running on time is not one of them.
Are you
We
talking
get
about
col-
me? Are you
I
talking
think
about the
well,
heart?
I think that both of us are not really great at that. I'm a great procrastinator and you're a little scattered, right? So between those two things,
He said it.
something
He
some
said
things
it.
could happen.
I am scattered, and that is who I am. Yes.
So Nat, why
Yeah.
don't you talk about our mystery guest today?
Okay, perfect. So we do have a mystery guest today. She is our number one fan. She gives us constant feedback. We have done some strategy meetings, the three of us, to come up with some different perspectives. She's intelligent as hell. All get out. She's an author, she's a mom, and she's also your wife.
Keeps this
Lucky,
train running on
lucky,
time.
lucky
Yeah.
guy. Lucky guy. So Candace Franklin has agreed. Welcome, Candace.
Hello.
Yay! I'm bowing down to you
Oh, don't
because
bow down to me.
you have agreed to be our
I already did
producer.
that today. So
You will do that
Wow.
every Wednesday.
every morning.
It's
yeah.
took a left turn.
Totally. It always does. I'm scattered. He said it finally. But you have agreed to graciously help us on the producer side of things, and your outlook and your perspective on the show, what is working, what can change, what can make us better, has been so vital, and really, really appreciate it. And it allows, there's a lot of functionality on the back end that Martin does during the show, and he does it really seamlessly, but it's really a challenge to be present and push the
Seamlessly.
buttons, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we're so excited to have you as a producer. And
Thank
she's
you.
going to put send us all the calendar invites. So hopefully I don't book another trip when we're supposed to have a podcast. So welcome.
Or at least we know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Happy to be here. No, I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And so when people have questions or you submit questions, even if you listen to the podcast later, you put a little question in. We love questions. We will be reading all of those, and Candace will,
Yeah. I encourage everybody to do the survey, because what the audience can expect is that those are going to come to me. And what you will put in there is something as simple as just a 1-2 word topic, or as lengthy as a multiple part question. My role in this season will be to take those and produce shows based on that and tee them up to you guys. And I think the brilliance of what you guys have here is, and we have talked about this, is the audience gets 2 different perspectives on their problem. And forget entrepreneur stuff. Let's say you as the audience, like, come and say, I want to make a cake. We're going to make a cake. Right now, Martin is thinking something completely different than Natalie right now.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking theme. I'm thinking the fact that I'm putting time into it for you, and I've got a special thing that you're really,
I'm thinking I'm gonna need a scale.
Okay.
I don't own a scale,
and that works.
Precisely measure all of that stuff.
Right. The chemistry is going to come together. The decoration is going to be amazing. At the end, we're going to have a beautiful cake. But somebody has to be there to be like, let's remember we're making a cake.
We're scattered, Martin. I'm scattered, Martin. And we have to remember we're making a cake. We're getting lots of good feedback today. Okay.
That's
so
right.
that's really not only sort of the theme of this season, but what that survey is for. That survey is for, I want to make a cake. I'm having trouble hiring. I'm having issues with expansion, whatever that might be. And we will serve it up in an organized way to these 2 to get 2 very different perspectives on the exact same problem or question or topic.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds great. And we do need you. And I need a personal admin. So if you're willing to do that as well, let me know.
No.
My team would love you. My team would love you if you just, tee everything up for me.
Well, and another thing that it makes available is if someone by any chance has a question during the show and they want to come on camera, Candace can make that happen for you seamlessly.
Right.
And that is sometimes people's worst nightmare, but it's not scary. We had our first show. We had Delina Meyer pop on in, and it was super fun. But maybe it's a stretch goal for you this year. Like, get your face on there, get in our warm seat, stretch yourself.
Right.
Yeah. And, while you're at it, get some advice on a question that's been bugging you for a minute, right?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah. Love it. Well, this is going to be awesome. And I really, really appreciate it. And it's going to help us get, Candace is smiling at our grumpy cat.
I mean, come on. It's perfect. It like sums up the 2 of you.
All right.
Well, maybe you need to come up with a scattered cat picture for me. I don't know.
That's a scattered cat right there.
Is it just dreamy?
That-
Just dreamy. Yeah.
that cat is not resolving any big issue right now.
Look at me. Look at me.
Oh boy.
That cat's daydreaming right there.
Totally. I am the dreamer. I am the dreamer. So we're so excited about our new focus and day and time. So like we said, we've really tried to come up with a time where entrepreneurs can hopefully listen live. If not, you can always listen to any of the shows on however you got in. I always share YouTube under the live tab. It lists all our shows. So, it'll be really great. Hopefully more entrepreneurs can tune in during that lunch hour. And I want to encourage everyone from the heart to take a lunchtime. Don't just work through it all the time. Take time to do something for yourself every day. Right now, I'm trying to say, do something for yourself personally throughout my day, just to keep my personal stuff going, whether it's throwing in a load of laundry or making a call to make an appointment for something that I need to do, or check on a car repairs, whatever it is. I'm just trying to make little steps for you. And this is a little step for you. And we can't wait to see if the time works. We're open to your feedback. So let us know that.
Yep.
And if you are watching it back in a replay, your questions from those comment sections, I'll be pulling those as well. So
perfect.
Anywhere you can leave a question, even if it's not in the survey, comment sections, they'll all be found and added to the list.
Perfect. The only thing we don't want comments on is my hairdo or what I'm wearing. Just kidding.
Or whether you're scattered or not.
Oh, I'm scattered. I'm scattering. I'm scattering everywhere. So today is a short day. We just wanted to tell you about the new changes and what's happening in our world, and we're excited. So,
yeah.
Oh, we didn't mention the weather. We're here in Pacific Northwest, and we've got an inch or two
of
ice. Yeah, sheet of ice. So as business owners, that's a really good topic. Like, I'm working with my daughter and where she works right now, and they want her to come in, and we're not feeling it safe. And when do you close your business? When do you tell your employees not to worry about it? How do you get comfortable with knowing that there's no income coming in today? All of our events have rescheduled to another day. So getting comfortable with that and not being wound up in anxiety about it too. So,
and also figuring out what the value of you better get your butt in here conversation is with a good employee.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that really a good use of your capital of relationship with that person? So that's
Totally.
a great topic.
That is a great topic. And I know fear can set in for me at different times. And when that happens, I'm focused on the wrong thing. I'm focused on the money being lost, or, getting that butt in that seat or whatever. Yeah. And you have to pull yourself, look at it from above, and, safety is the number one thing. Safety is the number one. And so what do we got to do to make sure we're safe and have empathy and grace for clients, vendors, employees, everyone alike? But it can be hard because people are losing money right now.
Yep.
So, yeah, maybe we talk about that next time.
When is our next time?
Our next time, says the Scattered Brain, is actually Wednesday, February 7th at noon. Can you believe we are going to be in February in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
So yeah, at noon, lunch format. Grab your lunch, get a good fill up there and with us, and we're going to take it into 2024 and get it rolling.
All right.
Great.
Perfect.
Well, Candace, thank you. And thank you, Natalie.
Absolutely.
We'll see you guys on February 7th.
See you later.